Hey, fifth grade, for today's mentor sentence activity, we will be making a list of all the things that we notice about our mentor sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read that for you. Just a quick note. It says mentor sentence number 1. This is our third mentor sentence. I'm just pulling them from a different volume, so I just don't want that to confuse anyone. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read today's mentor sentence or this week's mentor sentence, and then we'll talk about what we're going to be looking for. If I had known what the next 6 years of my life were going to be like, I would have eaten more. All right, so this sentence comes from a novel entitled Prisoner B 3087. And this is written by Alan Gratz. It's a historical fiction novel that takes place during World War II. And so that might help you make some inferences about what the sentence is referring to, which won't come into play until Wednesday when you actually work on it and make revisions. But I just wanted you to have that background. So for today, though, for Monday Musing, we are going to make a list in this text box about all of the things we notice about our mentor sentence. And remember, we have a chart paper that's found on slide 1. Let's see if I can move my face so I can show you. That gives us some ideas of things that we need to be looking at when we make that list. So what type of sentence is it? Is it simple, compound, complex, or is it compound complex? What parts of speech do we notice? Is there anything unique or irregular about how they're using those parts of speech? Punctuation, is there anything that you're noticing or something new that you haven't seen before? Or maybe it's something that you have a question about. Figurative language, is what's going on in the sentence literal or is it figurative? And if it's figurative, which type of figurative device is the author using? Remember, not all sentences use figurative language. So if you don't find anything, then that's probably okay. Root words and affixes, see if you notice any of those. Pay attention to capitalization. Is there anything unique or different about the way they use capitalization in this? And also, guys, I want to take this opportunity to note that the mentor sentence is accurate and conventional. So it's not that they misused anything, but sometimes they might use it in a unique way. So that's what we're looking for. So don't make a note, oh, all capitalizations used correctly, because I'm telling you right now, we already know that it is. We're trying to notice things that are different or unique or something that we haven't seen before. And then homophones, homonyms, homographs, heterographs, heteronyms, synonyms, and antonyms. Again, guys, if you don't know what some of these things are, there are those reference pages that are attached to this assignment. It's where our video lessons are. It's following that. Okay, so if you're not sure, jump in there. Word choice or author's craft. This is where you might question what point of view is being used, who the narrator is the author choosing words on purpose, and what might that purpose be? Is there something unique to the author that you pick up on in that sentence? So it's really just looking at the mentor sentence and then looking for all of these things and then making a list of those things that we notice. So I'm going to jump back to that slide really quickly. Okay, again, you're going to read the sentence to yourself and then type your list of notes using the chart paper on slide 1 to guide you in making that list. So this is the part where I have you pause the video and then make your list of notes. And then you're going to jump back here to see my list of notes and what we discussed in class. And then obviously, if there were some that I hit on that you missed, you're going to add those to your notes. All right, guys, so go ahead and push pause and I'll see you in just a moment. All right, so we're back, and that means we're ready to see the notes that we went over in class for the in-person learners. obviously you're not an in-person learner, so you're going to need to compare what you did with what we did and make sure that you notice the same things. And if you didn't, that's okay. Just add them. So we noticed that it was a complex sentence. We noticed that there was a subordinating conjunction being used to connect the independent and the dependent clause. So that was one clue to the fact that it was a complex sentence. The independent clause in this week's sentence is I would have eaten more, because that can stand on its own. It can be a complete sentence all by itself. It doesn't depend on anything to do so. The dependent clause in this week's sentence is if I had known what the next 6 years of my life were going to be like. So that part is the part that starts with that subordinating conjunction, which is if. That's the subordinating conjunction that should give us a clue right away that there's a dependent clause in this sentence. This could not stand alone by itself as a sentence. Okay, it needs to be linked up to the independent clause in order to be considered a sentence. So we also talked about the pronouns, how the pronouns that we noticed were I and my, which leads us to draw the conclusion that it could possibly be written in first person point of view. But we also noticed that there were quotation marks. So if the quotation marks are there because this is dialogue, we don't have speech tags, but if it is dialogue, then we can't make that determination strictly based on those pronouns. We also noticed that my is a possessive pronoun, and so it's showing ownership of life. All right, guys, that's all I have for Monday Musings. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to and add these notes to your notes. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for Teacher Tuesday or Teaching Tuesday, where we will be talking about the different types of sentence structures. Love and miss you guys. Reach out and let me know if I can help you in any way. And I'll see you soon.